Walmart as well. Walmart is taking a push to the upside. I picked some up on Walmart, and 200 right now, 200 moving average is going to act as our support. So keep an eye out. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, guys. Well, this is your boy Francis. Welcome to the Trading Success Show. Now, it's been a couple of weeks since I've been on here, and I have been on vacation. Well, next, let's look at this. The market on Friday really closed green. There was a surge in the market in anticipation of a possible move by the Fed come next week. And right now, we really don't know, but they're also pricing in 75 basis point. However, this is what the sentiment is out there, but the Feds, they're gonna do what they're gonna do to curtail inflation and, you know, trying to avoid a recession as well if it's not possible. But anyways, we have the market. We did close green, and today I'll be talking more about the long term, and I'll be talking about, you know, stocks that will be coming up with earnings next week, as well as it's going to be a large cap, large price stocks today, and this is our popular demand. Now, the Federal Reserve, like I said earlier, we got their meeting coming up, which is the FOMC meeting coming up, and it's gonna be pretty much be a 2-day activities, which will start from November 1st to November 2nd, right? So where they're gonna be speaking, we don't know, because they're pricing in, it's at 75 basis point, but I think the Fed is gonna go with 75 basis point. You know, looking at the market, where the market is strong, and as well as, you know, they really need to achieve and attain that soft landing. So I'm expecting the Fed to increase rates. However, in the stock market, we've actually done fantastic. We've actually done really good, in the sense that October has actually been a very good, you know, month in the market coming into the midterm election. So Jerome Powell will be speaking as well soon, and the strategy is to get into that 200 moving average, break through it, and then retest it. If it holds, then the market will continue pushing higher, but if it doesn't, we're expecting a pullback in the market. However, I'm also expecting a pullback in the market. Guess what? Because I'm looking for that long-term addition to my portfolio already. Even taking a look at Amazon already, Amazon actually, you know, lost about 6.8% on a Friday close, even with Abiva, you see. So now we're gonna be looking at something beautiful here in the market. We're gonna be looking at SPY. Right now, SPY is breaking the 50 exponential moving average, right? And as it is breaking this 50 exponential moving average, we really don't know. And I think we stand a chance of getting into that 390 and hold that area for a little bit before the rejection comes in. But if the Fed does not raise rates, expect the market to push right into the 200 moving average, with a possibility of a rejection at that point as well in the market. Taking a look at the QQQ as well, every time, see how we push into the 200 moving average and get rejected. Right now we're working that 50 just as the SPY as well, but overall we'll be looking at that 200 moving average in the coming days to come, so keep an eye out. First stock I'm going to be talking about is Netflix. Netflix right now, we're really putting a very fantastic breakout right here. Netflix did break through this spot, created this gap, and then even broke through the 200 moving average. So I'm expecting a revisit of this 200 moving average. If it does hold, we can continue to bounce to the upside, but if it doesn't, then we'll be looking at filling this little gap here as well. Don't forget, Netflix also has a gap to fill right into the $350 as well, so keep an eye out on Netflix. Second stock is gonna be DKNG. Why DKNG? Just a disclaimer right there, right? This is not a recommendation to buy or to sell any stock or equity. This is for entertainment purposes only. However, our DKNG right now, we're really relying on this breakthrough of our what? Our 200 moving average. So if we can break through this spot, we should be all right, and then we can continue pushing to the upside on DKNG. I still have faith in this because gambling will be coming into the US really soon. It is in the US, but you know, in the like in Texas, it's not really a deal in Texas. But anyways, I think DraftKings has a lot of room to run in the coming days. CRWD, this is CrowdStrike, and right now we have this downtrend that I'm watching. If we can break through this downtrend, then I think we can revisit this 200 moving average. So my position is still intact on this name. ServiceNow, which is another beautiful stock to keep an eye out on as well. And right now we broke through the 50 exponential moving average, creating this gap. So overall, I'll be looking for this gap to fill in the coming days if Fed's action doesn't pull the market down. INTC as well, we really have this bearish looking flag here, but guess what is happening? We just broke through right into what? Into our 50 exponential moving average. See if this area holds. If it does, then we can visit the $30, which will be our ultimate $30 resistance. Guys, if I cannot post everything here, I'm gonna analyze them and post them up on my stock tweet and on my Twitter account. This is my Twitter account, and also this is my stock tweet. Now, next one is gonna be Tesla. Tesla, they did took over Twitter, and I was expecting more to the downside, but we never got there. We only got to around 215, 216 area when Amazon and Apple reported. So right now we have this W shape, which is also a very strong bullish pattern for me in the market. Or in any stock, because once we break this area, we're on our way to visit 240 and then 250. So keep an eye out on Tesla. Very strong close. Also AAPL, this is a huge W shape that I will be watching, and I'm expecting more to the upside. If we can break the 200 moving average, guys, we should be all right to push to the upside. I took some up on that pullback on the news after hours, or the earnings report after hours, and I've been writing that up ever since. Meta as well. Meta did take a serious beating down below 97 bucks, and right now we're really working to our $100 area. So if that area holds, then I'll be expecting more to the upside on this name. But overall, 95 is going to be the support on Meta, aka Facebook. Looking at shipping and all this good stuff, United Parcel Services right now, we're really on the low side of things. 170 is going to be our breakout zone. If we can break through that area, then we'll be looking for pricing to the 175. So keep an eye out, see if we can revisit this 50 exponential moving average, because why? We made an attempt, but it just wouldn't sustain that move, and then push back all the way back down, right? So keep an eye out as well. T-Mobile has been really on a tear to the upside. So we created this gap, break this downtrend, created the gap into 150 to almost 155 area. For now, I expect this to really pull back and retest this area, then we'll continue to push to the upside on that name. Adobe as well. Adobe right now, we're trying to fill that gap. We're in that zone where we can really run up and fill that gap into 350. So keep an eye out on this name as well. AVGO right now, we're looking at this trend. If we can revisit this trend, we should be all right. But 480 needs to break. Microsoft right now, we're pulling back down to this zone, and then all of a sudden bounce into that area. Microsoft, I'll be looking to pick up some for the long term, because guess what, there are other stocks that are making all-time highs as well in the market. So I think, you know, keep an eye out on that name as well. I think we can push as soon as the market begin to really settle out. Etsy as well. Etsy right now, we have a very beautiful shape, bullish pattern. If price can revisit this zone and break through 109.71, then we should be all right to continue to push to the upside. But for now, this trend is going to act as our support on XC. The banks, JP Morgan. Right now for JP Morgan, we really did push. We've been pushing for the past couple of weeks, and right now we got to that point, retested that breakout point, and then shoot right up into 200 moving average. So 200 moving average is going to act as our form of support for now. If we cannot push, I'll be expecting this area to fail back down to 120. But for now, our eye should be at that 130 on JP Morgan. Also looking at IWM. IWM as well, I'm thinking that every time we get to that 200, you get rejected, right? So 186 is where we need to get to, then the rejection can come in. But overall, if strength continues, then we'll push to the upside. More buy volumes coming in, so keep an eye out on that name as well. Also, another small price here is SOFI. SOFI right now, we did this, we got this double bottom or triple bottom base, and right now this downtrend is our anticipated break. So right now 62, we're trying to work the $62 zone. If we can break that, I'll be looking for price into the 50 exponential moving average on AMD. They have earnings report coming up as well, so keep an eye out. If that earning doesn't hold, I'll be looking for the 50 each area on AMD. If they do good, then I'll be looking for price into the 65 or even $70 on AMD. And guess what, INTC as well, Intel is also gonna push based on their report. Roku right now, we got this trend to watch. That is all I can say about this. This is our trend. This is where we're gonna watch out for the upside or to the downside, so keep an eye out on that name. FSLR, this one right now, we've been really pushing and pushing and pushing. Right now 140 is our area to break. If 140 comes in and hold, then we can continue to push to the upside. RSI is still okay, you know. MACD is showing coil up to the upside. Volume also coming in on this name, but I still like this First Solar to revisit this 200 moving average for my peak again. DAL, this is Delta Airlines as well. Delta Airline is trying into the 200 moving average, so keep an eye out on that as well. We're looking at CAT right now. We got this gap up into the upside. We broke this 200 moving average only to gap up back into 220. For now, we're looking for price reaction around this 220 area. If it doesn't hold, then back down to 210, so keep an eye out. PayPal as well really did push last week, but only to reject the downtrend. So look for price hold around this 20 and 50 exponential moving average in anticipation of the push right into what, our $100. If they do good, I'll be expecting price right around above $100 on PayPal. If they do bad, then I'll be expecting a double bottom, which will be around this zone right here. So keep an eye out on PayPal. Square as well. Right now we got this trend support that I'm watching. This is the downtrend. We're trying to break through, but also got problem with the 50 exponential moving average. If 50 exponential moving average can give way, then we can push to the upside right into $80, and then guess what, our 200 moving average zone. Amazon also did terribly bad on the earnings, and guess what, we sold right off below $100. So Right now I'm in the red on this trade based on my long-term holding, because my average was around 105. So I'm expecting this to bounce up in the coming days. I didn't get the opportunity to add because I was vacationing, right? So right now I think if we for any reason based around this $100, it's gonna act as a very solid support. Why? Because the previous area we've been bouncing and holding around this spot, right? This 101, 102 area. So if we can hold this area for a couple of days, I think we can bounce up from this zone. So keep an eye out as well on that. Another all-time 52 weeks high, we got this LMT right now. We have 470 as support for now. We just bounce into that area, exited a little bit, and then boom, back into the almost $500 zone. 470 is going to act as a support for now. I think we're really extended on LMT, and in my opinion I'll be looking for puts. It's not a recommendation to buy or to sell, but I'll be looking to pick some up in the coming days on that name. BABA as well right now broke this trend down into this area of $60 bounce up into this trend only to pull back to 63. So keep an eye out, see if you know, the Chinese name begin to make way. All right, Boeing as well. Boeing is another one. Let's see. All right, Boeing BA is another one. 150 is that area to watch. We did pop into 150 only to reject it, had back down to around 130. Right now we're working the 50 exponential moving average. If that holds, then we'll continue to push to the upside as well. We're looking at FedEx as well. FedEx right now we're looking at 160 holds, and then we can continue to push to the upside. But before then, we need to get through this area right now, because we created a huge gap. So once we can get to that spot, which is around that 165 area, and then breaks through, then we should be all right to hit the 50 exponential moving average on that name. Also Ford coming into play right now. $13 is going to be our support. If that area holds, then expect $14 on the name. CROX as well, CROX, we're looking for a breakout of this zone. Or we just kept rejecting that $80 area. If that area breaks, then guys, we can really push into $90 or even more on this name. But for now, this trend is gonna act as our support. $70 is gonna be pretty much the stop loss area. See how they took out a whole lot of longs on this name. So if you're holding this, it's probably gonna be for a long term, not a recommendation. Exxon as well, XOM, we're really extended on this name. 105 is going to be our support for now. See how we've been bouncing off the 200 moving average. We did the same thing here as well, but now we're really we're kind of extended, and 105 is going to be our support if it decides to come back down. But overall, 110, 115 is going to act as our resistance for now on that name. So keep an eye out on that. HOOD is looking good. We'll break into 200 moving average, and I'll be expecting more to the upside on that name. Walmart as well. Walmart is taking a push to the upside. I picked some up on Walmart, and 200 right now, 200 moving average is going to act as our support. So keep an eye out on Walmart. MROK is looking, it's not looking back at all, and $100 is our natural resistance, and let's see how the stock act around this area in the coming days or so. So we should be all right. Costco as well. We have Costco right now. 520 is going to act as our second resistance if this 200 moving average doesn't reject. Keep an eye out on this area. If it does, then we can pull back down to 500, and then you see how guys gonna pick up some long position. NVDA guys, this is also another good long-term name. We're right now trying to fight this 140 area. If we break, then I'll be looking for 150 in the coming days on NVIDIA. Guys, I will post the remaining chart on my stock tweet and Twitter account, so please visit those social media sites, and you see all my chart analysis more on there. Thank you for being here. Thank you for your time. I love you guys. Have a fantastic weekend. If you have any questions, concern, or anything you want to talk about, just email me at tradingprofessional@gmail.com. Peace and love, guys. Bye bye.